Yo, what's up, guys? What is going on? Welcome back. Hope y'all are doing well. Liverpool versus Leicester City for the Carabao Cup. I got my brother here. He's visiting. He's in town. We're gonna talk a little bit about the game that we caught last night. And Liverpool fan hasn't been following them as of lately as much. But yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about this game that I thought was disaster. I'm gonna say disaster. I was telling him I'm disappointed on so many different aspects of their game for Liverpool, especially them playing at home, especially them playing with so much freedom because Leicester City didn't really pressure them all that much, and the huge losses, so many opportunities that they should have scored with Elliott, with the Gakpo, Dako, is it? I think the Scottish kid. Yeah, it left much to be desired in my opinion from Liverpool.
Yeah, no, definitely. That was a fun match. It was my first match of the season I got to watch. It was a treat for me just because we got to see a game without VAR.
Oh, that was nice. Yeah, that was nice.
It was fun, It felt a little bit more aggressive. People diving, trying to sell it. Just felt like a match from like 10 years ago. But yeah, I agree. Definitely, Liverpool dropped the ball. They could have done a little bit more, and had Leicester were able to capitalize on maybe one or two more goals, I think we could have seen a completely different outcome.
Yes, definitely. Like there was the first goal, obviously from Tsimikas, that I don't know what he was trying to do. I get it, he was trying to get the foul, like typically like they barely touch you and you think you're gonna get the foul right away, especially at the beginning of the game. But that's the thing, at the beginning of the game you're gonna concede like that straight from the locker. You're gonna allow them to score like that. And let's be honest, had this been another team, who knows what would have happened? They would have been down by 3-0 at least that first half. Had it been an EPL team. Now I know this is not the same setup that they're going to play in the EPL, the Europa Champions, whatever. I know they're not in Champions, but if they're playing any other tournament, but still, like I was telling him, this is Liverpool. It's a big institution. It's a big club, and I'm just expecting. They're on par with, or they should be, with Manchester City, with Manchester United, Bayern Munich. All these big teams. And they just didn't play like that. Despite them playing with the reserves, I get that. You can say all you want about them being reserves, but you see the reserves of Bayern Munich, you see the reserves, the quality of Manchester City, and there's no way that would have happened. And if that would have happened, they would have bounced right back with a goal. And the opportunities that Liverpool was given, Manchester City reserves, I'm talking about the reserves, would have came back, and they would have scored at least 2 goals in that first half.
And without jumping too far ahead, I definitely believe that had it been 2-2 towards the end, Jota would have not have scored that goal that he did, because that's the type of goal that you score when you're in the lead, you're feeling comfortable and confident. So
yeah, the momentum, that follows after a game, yeah. Like I wasn't too happy with Elliott. A lot of people were praising Elliott, that he had an amazing game. I don't think he had a horrible game, but there needs to be refinement in Elliott's game, because Elliott had at least 3 chances where he could have scored. There was a pass by, I'm not sure if it was Jota, and instead of striking it first touch, he tried to stop it with his right, because he's not naturally lefty, or is he lefty? I don't even know, but he should have struck it with his left. And then towards the end, everybody saw that the goalie was already beat, and there were 2-3 people, defenders on the line in the goal, and that should have gone in. You can't waste opportunities like that. That should have gone in. And then Dako, the Scottish kid, really good, but like he was saying earlier, very predictable in his gameplay. And I think after the 3, 4, 5 take-ons that he had against, I don't know if it was Ricardo, the left wing back for Leicester City, he was able to shut him down. He was able to shut him down. But again, really good game, 17-year-old kid. And I think that's what these matches are primarily for, to try to get these players that don't really play, don't have regular playing time, to get them play as much as they can, So Kwanzaa being another one that I've never seen play. Endo being another guy that I've always heard about, but I've never seen him play. Had a good match. Kwanzaa though, and that's the thing. Kwanzaa could have really screwed up the whole game for Liverpool, in my opinion, with the interception that he tried to do, and the ball went past him, and then it was pretty much just a 1v1. But the guy, I can't remember who it was for Leicester City, that wasn't fast enough, wasn't quick enough, and got dispossessed afterwards. But had that been somebody else from the EPL, anybody, any other forward, that more than likely that would have been a goal. That would have been a goal, and that would have been a 2-0 in the first half, with a game that was primarily dominated by Liverpool, and had no reason to be down by 1-0 to begin with. because of that mistake from Tsimikas. You know?
Yeah, no, and I agree with what you were saying. These are the games for the youth, for our youth players. I say our, I love Liverpool.
Oh, yeah.
For Daco to be able to go in there, get some minutes, try some new stuff out, try to fit into the club. However, he gets a pass. Elliot, as people were praising him, I did expect a little bit more, especially against this Leicester team who've fallen off so much in the last few years from where they were. I think Elliot should have shined yesterday.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
He's a great midfielder. He can pass, great awareness. However, at the end of the field, in the opponent's box, just did not seem to have it. And it's expected from somebody who's playing on a top 4 team right now, and on top of that, just playing against the best clubs in England and Europe, for that matter.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. Again, Elliot is somebody, piggybacking on what he was saying about Elliot, I think Elliot has been someone that maybe hasn't been starting a lot of games, but he definitely plays off the bench. He comes off the bench, and so he's experienced at this point, I would think. Yeah, he's young, but he's experienced, and with Leicester City that was very poor in just, sometimes they were just throwing bodies in the back. It wasn't even about the formation. There was no organization for Leicester City. I would have thought he would have done better. There was some good gameplay from Elliot, but again, those goals, those opportunities that you had, they should have gone in. They definitely should have gone in. I could understand the one with Gakpo where the header and the defender Cody was able to block it. That happens, but then you see someone like Gakpo, for instance, that really good play by Gravenbach, and then the threading it through for Gakpo, and Gakpo from a very uncomfortable position, because scoring a goal with your back to goal isn't the easiest thing. And Elliot didn't have those interruptions. He had the ball pretty much at will, with a lot of space, with a good angle to be able to shoot, to just hit it within target. That's it. That's all I wanted. But he ended up pretty much wasting opportunities, and that's very disappointing from I don't care if you say he's young, he's still an experienced player at this point. He's been playing, what is it, a couple of seasons already? So that gives him enough experience to play against a championship team, And I'm not putting any championship team down, but it is a championship team, and you are Liverpool. So, you gotta kind of, do the math on that one, right?
And what about that one play where we were talking about yesterday, where the Leicester City defender unmarked, I forgot who it was for the Liverpool striker, or who was just up there in front of the goalie. He unmarks him to essentially become a second goalie. And it's just plays like that where you just got to play a little smarter, and just capitalize on those moments, especially in the EPL. That's not going to fly against Man City, or even Tottenham at this point. They're playing really well. So had it been a different team, for example, like when you said Kwanzaa, when he made that challenge, they let this Leicester City player just waltz right through. Any other team would have had a supporting player, easily threaded a pass in. That's an easy goal. That's an easy goal.
Not like I was telling you though. I was telling him that I don't think you can extrapolate what happened in this game to what's going to happen. I don't think it's going to be, I don't think it spells doom for the rest of the season.
Agreed.
But for just this game alone, it does. I think this was a very bad outlook for Liverpool, because again, they had so much freedom, they had so many opportunities, they had mega possession of the ball in the entire game, and a couple of slip-ups here and there would have cost them the game. Now, I'm going to give them, credit for the goals, for instance. Really nice goals, but they did end up winning the game, yes, but it took Szoboszlai to come into the game. It took Nunez to come into the game to kind of change things around, because you saw when Szoboszlai came in, they scored that second goal. They started building up on that, right? They started building up on that, and it became a different game. But you can't wait. Again, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that you need these key players to play against a championship team. I think they could have handled it without having Szoboszlai coming in, without having Nunez coming in. And I felt like, again, they dropped the ball and they underperformed. I don't think they have a shit match, but they did underperform, and they could have easily have lost this match without let's be honest, without Leicester City doing that much, because they had we were talking about a handful of times scoring in attack, but they just needed 2 or 3 and they would have been able to win the game. And again, those goals were amazing. The Jota goal was just out of this world amazing. The Szoboszlai, that was my favorite one. I think that was like the goal of the week, easily
Yeah.
for me. That was goal of the week. Yeah.
Yeah, Liverpool have been missing a player like him that could just absolutely rip a ball from outside of the box and just send it, and it was still elevating as it went in, which was beautiful to watch. I know everybody could probably agree with that.
Wow.
Gakpo, I don't know if I'm going to say I was impressed, but I did appreciate the fact that he was always on the attack. He was obviously he had that header blocked. He had one shot that he shot a little
header,
wide in the second post, and then the goal that he scored, which it seems like he loves to curl into the second post always. So I did see that from him. However, at the end, that one play, remember, where it just seemed like he took way too long to get a shot off, where he was like, oh. Nope, and then he had another chance to shoot.
Oh,
nope,
that's
and then
right,
a third, and then I think he
yeah.
passed it or
That's
something.
right, yeah.
And so Liverpool could definitely learn from this game because they've been playing great. I've been keeping up with the score. Darwin is finally playing great. He's settling in.
Yeah.
Yesterday we were just joking around saying Darwin being Darwin. He didn't do anything too silly or whatever.
Because I've been hearing Darwin I haven't been watching the last two EPL games that supposedly he's been exploding. According to my dad, he's been saying that he's like just shining. He's like making key passes, scoring these amazing goals. I don't know if that's true, but yesterday I saw him. He didn't play a shit match, but yesterday I saw him as I always saw Darwin play. Like always hustling. I love his work ethic. That's one thing I could never complain about, but definitely didn't add that much. Almost scored, had a shot here and there, but nothing really that clear, for me at least.
Yeah, no, and one thing to touch on is I did love that there was no VAR.
Yeah, that was the best. That was the best thing.
These are like little treats, hidden gems in a Carabao Cup at the beginning of the tournament for me, because I didn't know this until you mentioned that, and then it made sense because of that Manchester game where someone was fouled in the box and they scored right away. But it was nice. It was nice seeing people play a little bit more aggressive, playing basically off of the judgment of the ref. I love that. And it was a treat to be my first match this whole season. I'm definitely going to be keeping up a lot more with more games. That's my take on that.
Yeah. I got nothing else to add. That's pretty much it. Like I said, I'm a little bit disappointed with the way Liverpool play. I don't think it's going to have any implications onto the next games that they're going to have in the EPL or Europa, or they might. You never know. But I just thought like they underperformed and they should have done better. Plain and simple. In my opinion, they should have done better because it's Liverpool at the end of the day. I don't care if it's your subs. I don't care. No, like there's no excuse. If I was a fan, like a diehard fan, I'd be devastated. But it seems like everybody else is happy. So again, this is just my take, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.